another very beautiful, lovely moment of truth on Asabe Afrika TV. Today is another very historic encounter. As you can see that the mood on the stage is very different. You will see my face, and you can also see the back of a very beautiful, lovely lady here. For a long time, like you all know, we've started a good campaign on this channel on the role of Christianity in the life of our people and how we could admit ourselves to a good philosophy, especially in terms of religion and Christianity, and how to also identify the wolves from the sheep when it comes to ministerial association. And you will be very, very familiar with the story of one Pastor Fatoyinbo last year and the wife of the great musician Mr. Timi Dakolo, that is Busola, a photographer. And you are aware how she came out to allege that the Pastor Fatoyinbo raped her some years ago, and how other allegations followed up from victims of such ecclesiastical misdemeanor. But today we are meeting another person, and again on our own channel you also saw the way we broke the story of Bisola Hexiba Johnson, evangelist Bisola Hexiba Johnson, the lady who came to reveal some of the challenges she faced inside the Synagogue Church of All Nations when she was under the employment of one Pastor TV Joshua. And there are a lot of other allegations that have come out about men of God and the unfortunate misdemeanor or unfortunate activities in the cathedral that involve some very prominent men of God and what they've done. Today we have another very beautiful lady, Olufunke Otubu, and she's going to tell us her story. The whole thing broke in London some couple of weeks ago on some few channels, some few YouTube channels, on how one Pastor Macaulay, who is a very good friend of one evangelist, is he pastor or evangelist or prophet, Oladele Israel Ogundipe of Genesis, how this man impregnated her 4 times and aborted the pregnancy for her, how he nearly molested her life, toyed with her emotion, and took her from something to nothing. And today she has become a campaigner by the special grace of the Almighty God. She wants to reveal some of the things that happened, and she's not revealing it because she wants to deform anybody or wants to malign anybody. She just believes that it is very necessary for truth to be told, so that it will serve as a torchlight to many that are victims of such inappropriate conduct. And today I'm having her on our channel. It has not been easy getting her. She's been underground for many weeks. Her life has been threatened. She's been under watch, and she has been piloted here by security expert, security intelligence.
After that date, one phone, I want a message. Get in touch with me so that I can elaborate more on that message, so that I can enlighten you more on that message, because message here, Kigan, we must do something about that message. Get in touch with me, the exchange number. Macaulay now told her that I'm coming to your church on so days. I will see you there. On that day, Macaulay didn't show up. Now, anybody.
Service for now said something kept him waiting, that he wants to, that he has a program in one church around Ijoko. And me, I was at Alakuko. I just said that, so that means we'll not be able to see again today, because the picture ain't got one king that way. But now prayer fellowship. So I was expecting that I was going to come to Genesis. I was of money program for what town fellowship. One lodge I was in nearby hotel. báwọn ṣe máa ń fix our program àwọn nìyẹn pé àwọn ò lè lọ dúró sí ilé pásítọ̀ táwọn ti fẹ́ ṣe program because he doesn't know how comfortable the place is. He was already being defensive about why he was staying in an hotel. So me, I was just like, stop. So somebody that I've been talking to, like Timo Derias, and I never could have thought that oh my God, and
now you can see now, you that you like to follow prophets, pastors, you put all your trust in them. You carry your life, you can't live without them. To ba yagbe wa sọ fún pastor, bó bá so pastor gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ npa ẹ̀, bó bá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan wa gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fún wòlíì. Gbégbé ayé ẹ mọ́. You now lost track of your own life. You now depend on wòlíì and pastors. See, things are going on. Things are going on. Okay, things are going on. We are doing these things for awareness purpose. And remember, while I was treating Samuel Ojo's case, during that time was the time that Macaulay was sleeping with this girl. While I was treating Samuel Ojo's case, and I'm sure many of these girls, they might be watching us there. We deal here. We deal with fact here. Samuel Ojo, and let me tell you guys now, Samuel Ojo, I'm bringing back his case on this platform. Emma worry, iṣẹ́ lórí Samuel Ojo. Mo sọ fún yín pé nígbà yẹn mo ní àti dá àwọn ọmọ kan síta ńsìn tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí àwọn pastors wọ́n yẹn. Tó máa mú ojú ẹ, tó mú okó ẹ kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé tí Macaulay tó bà kan jẹ́ dé lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì. Alaga Macaulay, pastor òfò, ẹ wò. This is Macaulay here. Can you see Macaulay there? That is Prophet Macaulay on the bed. Macaulay. Hello. This is Macaulay on the bed here. Precious, come and see your dad on the bed. This is your dad on the bed here, you see? He wasn't drunk. He was alive. He was, happily. He was on the bed. Only. He was on the bed. Actually. No telly. Hotel not ma pari gbogbo ẹ̀. Àwọn prophet orí burúkú, àwọn prophet òfò, àwọn ni lórí bed yìí o. Ó ní o. Ìgbà tó lọ ṣẹ́yún. Hospital tó lọ ṣẹ́yún, ó ní. Hospital àkọ́kọ́, ẹ wò oyún kìíní, ẹ jẹ́ ara àwọn oyún tó ṣẹ́. Ẹ rí nǹkan. Mo bọ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ fi yẹn hàn yín kẹ́ẹ̀kan ẹgbẹ́ ni máa rí o, ẹ ti rí. Orí bẹ́ẹ̀dì bí tó ti lọ ṣẹ́yún àkọ́kọ́, tó ń fa drip sí wọn lára. Ara àwọn oyún tó ṣẹ́ nìyẹn o. Ẹ rí pé aṣọ tó wọ́n ọmọ ẹ yàtọ̀. Ìkan nìyẹn o. Èmi ìtúlẹ̀ lè yẹ wo. Ẹ tún wọn lórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì bí again. Wọ́n ti lọ ṣẹ́yún bẹ́yẹn ni. Pastor Macaulay ṣẹ́yún fún ọmọbìnrin yìí 4 times. Ayé yìí ti wọ́ sẹ́gbẹ̀ kan. Sátánì kiri fún ìtìjú. Ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ yàrá wọkọ̀ kẹ̀yìn kó má bá ilé ayé ti dàrú. Nigeria as a whole, Christianity is now something else. Láwọn nǹkan tí ó sì nígbà táwa kéré, àwọn wà burúkú tí ó tiẹ̀ sí. Nígbà tá kéré very small báyìí, pastor ẹni ọwọ́ ni wọ́n. Ṣùgbọ́n nísìn wọ́n ní pastor o, wọ́n ní solution o. Tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ olùṣọ́ mi lójú ẹ̀ báyìí. Láwọn tí ń respect gidi gan tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ pa wọn báyìí wá ní pé lágbájá yẹn olórí burúkú mà ní. Pastor máa lọ sí wọn ní kíni aláyẹ̀ ti bàjẹ́ ọ. Ṣé ká sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún yín sà? Ẹ máa lanu ni. Náà ẹgbọ́n tó máa ń sọ. Ó ní boyfriend tó ń fẹ́. Tí wọ́n ti propose tó ti fẹ́ fẹ́ra wọn. And that guy is a very lovely guy. Mi ò rí rí o. According to what I heard. When that guy is a very lovely guy. The guy love her so much. Ti go on. Continue.
is wrong with me.
Around what time? Around what time here?
It was in the evening now, like around 5.
What day? Sunday, Monday, Wednesday?
It was a Tuesday.
Okay. So why that in the bathroom? Naked.
I came out naked. I entered naked. I came out.
So what about him? But when I
came out, I tied the towel to my chest. Yes, I remember. So he now told me that I should sit down. So I sat down. So he went into the bathroom and came out naked. That was all. And after then, that was when what happened.
So, but there was shit on. I'll be running. We are in around.
It was just that once. Nothing. Like it was not even. It wasn't like.
So G, I'm a very young baby, sir. The baby, I'm not she. So first you lost your friend Benny. Lost your friend Benny. Not sure. I'm going to show you. Hello. How will I even
describe it? It wasn't a pleasant experience. Like that day, I go home and I could not tell it although anything more fair or any more law.
So, but what she told you? What you are really bad, conversation there?
No, there was no conversation, nothing. I just dressed up and he told me that I should leave. That was all.
And that is was only to when any war have anything.
Okay, nothing.
And then so when you left that place, you now went to who?
I went home. I went to my fiance's place.
So but the best when you look on the map, I will load arresting me.
He didn't use anything. There was nothing.
Direct new. One like I want direct here. On a palm many 3 from 4. Direct in the Covita and by you pull Nigeria. I better pull Nigeria. On a palm 3 from 4. Only direct. Only Baba Jebuni. Which is my direct Jabi. Then direct. Macaulay lo direct in.
And I will take her on straight away. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming on this program. And how do you feel being here today? And can you give us a brief about the topic we are talking about?
Yes. Although I didn't want to come because I was afraid, but I just felt it's actually worth it for people to really know what is happening out there and how these so-called men of God go about sleeping with women, impregnating them and ruining their lives, and also giving the other people who are out there a chance to speak out, and also letting mothers who are out there who entrust their daughters to men of God, for them to also know that they can't be trusted and the lives of our young ladies out there are in danger if proper measures are not taken against these men of God. And that was the reason why I came out to speak on the behalf of other young ladies and myself.
That's very interesting. How did you meet this Prophet Macaulay, and who is he, and how did he came across you? Because I heard some of the program, some of your revelation on some YouTube channels in London, but at the time, a particular guy that was handling it decided to, I don't know, maybe he changed the topic. But how did you came across this Prophet Macaulay, and who is he really?
Some 7 years ago, why I went for a program in my brother's church. It was a redeemed church where he was invited. That's when he gave me a prophecy concerning my life, that by the time I turned 25, that I'll run mad.
You run mad?
Yes, that was what he said. So that there was something I needed to do. So after then, he told us what to do. We actually followed his instruction. And I didn't see him then until later when I joined Genesis Global. When I got there, I saw him coming to the church, and the way he sees visions according to him. He tells a lot of people a lot of things, and people kind of testify to it that he's saying the truth, and the way he goes about doing his vision and everything. So everybody feels, including I, feels that he's a man of God and he's a very strong, spiritual, strong man. So he's been coming to our church several times. Then there was a day, I think in 2018, yes, I saw him. I was at Abulegba, so I think a mall, towards a mall. I went there, I greeted him with excitement. He gave me his number. I told him that I've known him 7 years ago. He came to our church, that somebody that had given me a prophecy before and all. So we exchanged numbers. He asked me to call him the following day by 10, which I did. And after I called, he cut my calls twice, and I didn't bother calling him again because I wasn't really cool. He didn't call me back. I felt like, you told me to call. It wasn't as if I wanted to call you. So later on, early January, in fact, first week of January, I saw his Facebook request. He sent a friend request to me on Facebook. So I was excited, sort of, but at the same time I was like skeptical that hope is not as if it's all these scammers. So I texted him and like, excuse me, is this really you? So he did a video call with me, which confirmed that he was the one, and that was all. Until one day when he called me and told me that, okay, he told me to call him the following day, I mean that same day by 5, which I did, and eventually, to cut the whole story short, he called me one day and said he wanted to meet my fiance. That do I have a relationship? I said yes. He said he wanted to meet the person I was. So he told me to come and meet him up at an hotel, which I actually went to with my
which hotel?
Havana Hotel and Suites at Gowan Estate. So I went there. So on getting there with my fiancé, he now told my fiancé that I was a good person, I'm a good child. He said a lot of things about me as if he had known me. He said it was the Spirit of the Lord that told him that I'm a very decent lady. He said many things, and he said the guy should not treat me badly. And I attested at that time that no, he's a perfect young man. He now said, we now told him that my introduction was close, like it was 4 weeks close by, that we had 4 weeks to my introduction, that I should pray along with us and everything. So I think that the following week, I think he called me on a Sunday and told me that I should fast on a Tuesday, that he wanted to, there was a revelation he saw, he wants to pray for me about it. So, and I said, can't he talk about it over the phone? He said no, that he had to see me in person. So he said he was coming to Genesis on Tuesday. So I said, okay, no problem, that okay, when he comes, that he should let me know so that we can see and talk about it.
Which of the parishes of Genesis?
The one at Alakuko.
Okay.
So I was wondering that what kind of, because I was scared, like, hey, hope it's not something bad, though. My introduction is around the corner, of which I had even informed Israel Oladele that we were about getting married, that we even needed him to give us a go ahead, because Israel Oladele Ogundipe, prophet in charge of Genesis Global, was actually aware from the inception of the relationship, even till that time. So when I expected, I didn't see Prophet Macaulay for Show at the program eventually. So I was on my way home when his call came in, and he said he was unable to make it for the program because he has another program that he's planning to go for. So I now said, okay, that he now said, and he needs to give me the message that it's very, very important.
And he cannot give you a phone?
He said he couldn't give me the message on phone. So I decided that, okay. And I said, what are we now going to do? He now said, I was thinking he was probably going to say maybe another day. So he now said, okay, can I come and meet him somewhere around Ijoko? That, do I know Ijoko? I said, I know Ijoko. He now said, I should come and meet him there. He said, when I get to Songo, I think he said when I get to Songo, I should call him. Okay, he said when I get to Songo, I should call him. But he mentioned Lesoke. That's what Lesoke. That's the way he mentioned. So I now said, okay, that when I get to Songo, I'm going to ask for Lesoke, because I actually felt Lesoke was an area around there. So I just took a bike when I got to Songo and said, I'm going to Lesoke. So it was when we now got there that I now saw that it was an hotel, because I didn't know. I now called him. I was like, hotel ni our, but I didn't feel insecure, because the first time I and my fiancé went to meet him, hotel no ni. we went there to meet him at the hotel. So I didn't have any reason to question, and knowing fully well that he was a spiritual person and was a man of God, I never even thought that he had ulterior motive. So I now said, hotel on the beach, but I now said that I should be coming up, that he has a program, and most of the time when they have programs, they lodge them very close to an hotel where it will be easy for mobility for them to access the program, the place. So I went in. So when I got there, he asked me if I was still fasting. I told him that yes, I was still fasting. He now said, I had to break my fast. And I said, that I'm not really hungry, that I'll break my fast when I get home. So he insisted that I have to break my fast, that is not my father, that can't he talk to me. And he was almost getting angry, and I didn't want him to get angry, like, because I really hold him in high esteem. I was always afraid of him and everything. So I ate the food.
What food was that?
He told me to eat rice, and I told him that after so much persuasion, I ate the food. And after I ate the food, I just noticed that everything changed. I started taking to everything he asked me to do. If he says do this, without question, and I noticed that I was numb, sort of, and I was feeling dizzy, very uncomfortable. But I was helpless and I was powerless. That was how he had his way with me. Took advantage of me and slept with me.
That same day?
That same day.
How did he do it? He just undressed you or what?
He didn't undress me. Like I said earlier, that I was uncomfortable. I was numb. Everything he was telling me to do, I was doing it after I ate the food, because I was quite normal before I ate that food. Because it really took time for me to really sit down and like, what really happened? So after that, he was giving me instructions, do this, do that. I kept doing everything, and that was how he raped me. It was a rape. It was not like I consented with him. There was nothing like that. And after that, he told me that he should not be heard from me, that I should not tell anybody anything.
He said that to you?
Yes.
Was it like a threat or a plea?
It was a threat. That woman boruko eyan and stuffs.
How did he say it in Yoruba?
Ṣé mo mọ̀ pé òjíṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni òun ò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ pé mo lọ sí ibì kan pé mo wá lọ sọ nǹkan kan fún ẹnìkan kan o. Ṣé mo ti gbọ́? It sounded harsh. At the same time, he was trying to be subtle while saying it. So I was afraid, and I left. And I couldn't even tell anyone.
Sorry.
Please, can I have a minute?
Sorry. Don't break down. I've told you not to break down before this interview. I've told you not to break down. Sorry. It will be over. Let's take it easy. It will be over. You need to be very courageous in order for you to be able to give an information that will reform a lot of people. You need to be very courageous. Just take it easy, okay? Just be strong. These things happened. It happens to people. It happens to a lot of women. And in most cases, it could be your own campaign. I've told you about other people who have gone through it. So, and I prepared your mind before this interview. So try to just be courageous. Sorry. Just take it easy. It's gonna be okay. Let's continue. Just be courageous, just for the sake of this broadcast, okay? So that day at Lesoke, that was what happened. That was what happened. And you couldn't just comprehend yourself. You couldn't get your bearing again. It was like you were under a spell.
Yes, it was like I've been hypnotized. I knew it couldn't have been me. So he told me to leave, and I left. I was devastated. I went back to see my fiancé that same day, and I could not tell him anything. Because one, I knew we were very close to my introduction and our introduction, and sorry.
Sorry. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. You have to be strong. I know you're a young person. It's not easy when people break your heart. That's what happened. Just take it easy. And increase your voice. Sorry. And you couldn't just, you are not even free to tell him what happened.
He noticed something was wrong.
Okay.
He repeatedly asked me that what was the problem. He kept asking me, but I could not tell him because I was so afraid. I didn't know what he would do at that time, so I decided not to tell him anything. I was still not fine. Like, after so many days, I still was not myself. Not quite long. 3 weeks later, I discovered I was pregnant.
My God. Were you able to do that your traditional marriage?
No.
So what happened? Before was it before that you discovered you were pregnant, or after that didn't take place?
After the incident.
Okay.
I couldn't tell him what has happened. And I felt so guilty that I was the one feeling guilty, actually. I wasn't supposed to feel that way, but I was feeling that it was all my fault, that if I had not gone there. So I could not even go further with anything anymore. Like, he would tell me, I started, especially when I discovered that I was pregnant. At that time, I could not, it was like the introduction and everything was not even
fixable.
I didn't know how I was going to. So at that time, he was not asking me that what is the problem. That why my fiancé was asking me that why am I not, what is really happening. I couldn't tell my parents anything any longer about the whole thing. So when I discovered that I was now pregnant, I called this man and I told him that, excuse me, sir, this is what has happened.
Me following Prophet Macaulay?
Yes. The man just treated me like an animal.
How?
Just damned me over the phone that she mo fe ba ministry on Jenny.
That was what his response?
Yes, she mo fe ko ba on ni. That I should go and look for a way to sort it out and everything.
Thing that you told him in a humble way that, daddy, I've missed my period. So he just trashed you on phone?
He just trashed me over the phone. So I went for it. He now told me that I had to look for a way to go and get rid of the pregnancy forcefully. And knowing fully well that I was about getting introduced and probably engaged at the same time, I didn't know what to do. I was confused.
You were totally confused.
I was totally confused. So I had to go and get rid of the pregnancy.
How was the experience?
It was painful.
How many weeks was that pregnancy then?
It was 3 weeks.
Speak loud.
It was 3 weeks.
Okay.
It was 3 weeks. So after the whole thing, all of a sudden I saw his call. Again. But I noticed that ever since that first incident, he had a very strong hold on me. I'm not always able to turn back or resist or words. If he shouts at me, I'm not always able to. I can't even control myself around him. Like, he has this strong hold on me, on my emotions. I can't, because I'm not the hard type. So when he came back, he was begging over the phone and he requested I wanted to see me. He begged and begged. I told him I wouldn't see him, that after all he did to me, that there was no how I would see him. I never wanted to set my eyes on him. I started saying many things. He later said I should please. I now reluctantly said, okay, no problem. I was going to see him. I got there I was on my way with so much anger that I'm going to talk, I'm going to this, I'm going to that. I was so angry. But on getting there, I couldn't say anything.
You became calm again?
I became very calm.
Was it at Lesoke or another hotel?
It was another hotel.
Where this time around? You've forgotten.
Can't remember.
Okay. In Lagos.
Yes, Lagos. I became very calm, very, very calm, and that was where he started telling me that he was sorry. He was prostrating several times, and I didn't even know what to say.
Prostrating, really? You really mean prostrating for you?
Yes, prostrating for me. That I was sorry. That is how, as in, that was how it happened. So after he prostrated and everything, all of a sudden, that was when he now told me that what he did that day, he didn't just do it. He's sorry that he doesn't have a wife, that his wife died around January 20th, 2010, and ever since then he didn't have a wife, that he's sorry that he doesn't have anyone, that he has been alone all the while and everything, that what happened that day is not as if he just wanted to just take advantage of me, or that he wants to have a relationship with me, that he cares about me.
So you are confused again?
I was confused.
This is a man who gave you prophecy, you and your fiancé, and told your fiancé that he should marry you, that you are good.
Yes.
Now he want you for himself.
Yes. So after that, I became confused. At the same time, something had happened between I and this man. I could not go to tell my fiancé that this happened, and I saw it that it would not be cool for me to withhold that kind of thing. I wouldn't, if I tell him at the same time, it was going to destroy everything we ever had. So this man now came up with the issue of him wanting to have a relationship with me, or a marriage or anything. So I told him then that, but you know who I am with, you know that I am getting married very soon, you know this, you know that. At that point in time, he now told me that I should go and end my relationship with the guy.
Was that an instruction or an order?
It was an order.
He gave you an order?
He gave me a straight order. And I couldn't turn back. I couldn't turn him around. I couldn't say no. I couldn't fight. I couldn't do anything. I just said, okay. He gave me money, and I took the money. He was even the one who gave me the Uber money that I used to go and pack my things from his house.
Your fiance's house?
Yes, because we're already building the home together. Let's build the home together and all. So I had so many of my things there, even the things we bought together. So I packed all those things, and when my fiancé came back, he was like, what was happening there? He was confused. He called my parents. My parents were talking to me, and when I called Macaulay told me that I should tell him that I didn't want to be rushed. That why is he rushing me for marriage? So it was everything he told me that I was always doing. I knew I was under a strong spiritual influence. I could not say no. I couldn't say yes. The second pregnancy came, and that was the same way he threatened me to abort the pregnancy.
How did it came? How did it slay with you this time around? Was it after you moved out of your fancy?
After I moved out of my fiance's house.
He gave you an appointment again?
He gave me an appointment.
Where? You forgot the hotel.
Name of the hotel, I think, is Santos. I think it's around.
Okay, Dokpemu.
Somewhere like that. Yes.
Around Dokpemu roundabout.
So he gave me another appointment again, and that is how things have been going on till led to the third pregnancy.
He also ordered you to remove the second one.
Yes.
Why?
I asked him. He said he has a very strong and influential. He's a strong and influential person. He doesn't want me to get pregnant. That people will talk. People with this. People will crucify him.
He doesn't want to get married to you with pregnancy.
Yes, that was what he said. And all the while, my mind never really left the other guy. I was always thinking. Sometimes I would ask him. I would tell him that but you know that this guy did not offend me. He would tell me that no, he would shout at me sometimes. Oh my God, so I was weak. I was helpless. I couldn't tell anybody anything.
You are just in a kind of a cocoon.
Yes, I was like in a cocoon, like in a cage, where I could not actually voice out to anyone, because I know him. I knew. And let's take it back that this man was an arm robber for 20 years.
Jesus, you mean this Macaulay guy?
Yes, he was
Lord.
an arm robber for 20 years.
He shared the information with you.
He has slept in Agodi in Ibadan before. He was a notorious arm robber. So all these things were the things that I knew I wasn't safe. Going out there to talk was really, really scary. So the only thing I could do was just keep quiet and just keep watching the movie. But in my mind, I knew that it was not like I really, really wanted anything to do with this man. I didn't even really see it like a relationship. So it was just like I was caged. So not quite long. After that time, I got pregnant again the third time. So when I got pregnant, he told me that I had to go again and remove the pregnancy.
The third time?
Third time.
That is killing. That is deadly.
I know, like, why again now? That, but this, you told me the other time. And then I always remember that I was always telling him that, look, that the process of abortion is not easy. It's painful, and I could lose my womb doing this continuous thing. That you should please that let's look for another alternative. And I was, I didn't even know what to do anymore, but because it was always what he wanted. If I say no like this, oh my bamija. So I decided that, okay, he said this is what was going to happen. I had to go and terminate the pregnancy. He forced me, and this very day, a day to that day, I got to get some things to use, because that was what he said, I should look for a way to terminate pregnancy. And
he was even urging you?
Yes. So I got some things that I used. So 2 days after then, he told me that I should come and meet him around Apapa. He had a program. That's how he goes about for programs. Anytime he's going for his program, he's always taking me along. He will sleep with me before he goes for the program.
He will sleep with you in the hotel?
He will still go to the people and
direct from on top of you to the altar?
Yes, and tell people that he's fasting.
He will still tell them in the congregation that he's fasting?
Yes.
After sleeping with you?
Yes.
My Lord Jesus Christ.
Because I've been privileged to see 1 or 2 clips like that he did, because he doesn't take me along.
The Lord said, the man of God must not break his fast until he leaves here. Ever since the prophet has started the work of the ministry, he has not fasted, and it's been difficult for him. It was so difficult. He got here by his force.
He comes back again and does the same thing.
After bathing, he will just shower and come on.
He will do the same thing. He has always done that. That is how it has always been. Anytime he's going for his program, he has to take me along, and he will camp me in the hotel and give me strict instructions that I must not go anywhere. So this very day, I went to meet him at Apapa. He told me that he's going for a program that went to 12 o'clock. I should check out of the hotel and go and wait for him at CMD. I went to CMD. I waited for him there. He came. After we left CMD, he said we were going to Ibadan. We went to Ibadan again. Before I was sleeping in the car, I was about waking up when he now told me that he got a message from God that he wants to go to and it was a Sunday. He got a message from God that he wants to go to the mountain to go and pray. That it is very important that I should go to his own house, because as of then I'd known his house, I'd met his children. He showed me his wife's burial ground, and there was nothing like there was another woman in the house at that time, nothing like that. So which gave me the conviction that okay, this man is saying the truth. And I was looking at it that he would tell me that there's nothing I want to go and do at the other guy's house, she and I want to go and tell him the truth. That if I tell him the truth, he will not marry me, not tele. He will threaten me and put so much fears in my heart. So I won't say anything. When I now got to Ibadan and he told me that I should go to his house, I said from Apapa to CMD to Ibadan to your house. Okay, you are.
His house.
His house is in Olodo
in Ibadan.
Yes.
Yes, I know Olodo.
Like Coco Estate, Olodo Bank, Coco Estate. That's where he stays. Kowokpe House. Beside Kowokpe House. That is his address. So when he now said I should go, I now said, and I said, see, you want to leave me in that house all alone by myself? Like if you knew you were not going to stay at home, you should have left me in Lagos. Then go to my own house. Yes. He now said if you don't want to go to the house, don't go to the house now. Take money and go back to Lagos. I was not angry that from my papa to CMD to Ibadan back to Lagos. That don't you? He chased me out of the car as if I was a nobody. Bole, as in
that God is telling him to go to the mountain and he has to ridicule you.
So I just collected.
That you as emotional partner.
I collected the key reluctantly and I was like, okay, no problem. I went to his house. But while I was there, my mom called me. I don't even know why she called.
Sorry. She told you to take it easy. Mm-hmm.
She called with prayers.
Your mom?
Yes, she was just praying for me. I didn't know why she was praying. She prayed really hard.
That's your mom?
My mom.
Was she getting a kind of intuition about your predicament?
She was like, what is happening? Why am I that she's having this feeling that I've been unstable about my relationship and everything. What is really, really happening? She kept asking me. I couldn't tell her. She just prayed for me. And I noticed that after the prayers, I just had this unrest in my spirit that I should leave the house. So I left. When I got to Lagos, I know they would have locked our gates.
It was in the night?
Because I left Ibadan like around past 9. So
in the night?
Yes.
So you left that house
that night after my mom.
Didn't sleep over?
I didn't sleep over.
And he dropped you near the Oroke by what time?
He didn't drop me at any Oroke. He dropped me somewhere in Ibadan that I should take a bike or take a bus and go home. So when I now got to Lagos, there was this aunt like that his children used to stay with, have holiday with Auntie Anna. I now called Auntie Anna because I had her number. He has already told I and Auntie Anna had met.
Okay. He has connected both of you.
Yes. So I now called her and told her that there are a lot of things that are happening that I cannot explain. That this man, that there are many things that she needs to know. That I just needed to speak out to tell someone something. So I now opened up to her and told her that all what I have faced with the man. That was when she now reluctantly, I think she didn't know that I knew. She now said, Baba Odeye ko ma buwa bayi o, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti bí náà ti níyàwó àti ọmọ méjì. That was how I found out that he had a wife who in another place in that same Ibadan. Around Country Kitchen Ibadan. That was where she was living as of then.
Another wife?
Another wife.
And he didn't tell you?
I didn't know.
Just telling you that he lost his wife January 2010.
Yes, his child that was staying with that mom, he went to do all the Precious Macaulay actually testified that it is true, that he didn't know that all of a sudden that he didn't know that when she saw me that she was wondering that what is really happening. And that was how I broke down that this man has eventually ruined my life. That I had a beautiful relationship. I had a life. All the times I had opportunities to work, he restricted me from working. He told me that I can't work, that he will be the one to be paying my salary. I turned my jobs down because of him. And at the same time, he wasn't even catering for me. He wasn't catering for me. He wasn't doing anything. Mi ò lè fọwọ́ tọ́ka pé ìgbà tí mo mọ Macaulay fọlọ́run ṣọ́ nǹkan yọ kan tó ṣe fún mi lélẹ̀. There was absolutely nothing he was doing for me. Nothing. God is my witness. Sometimes I even fought him over it. That you don't want me to work. You don't want me to socialize. He doesn't allow me go to church.
Why?
I don't know. Kò kí jẹ́ kí n lọ sí church. You just camp me in this room whenever you want to see me and tell me to be traveling from one place to another. Kí máa gbọ́kadà ó pè kiri gbogbo Èkó, constant customer ni mí. Kí máa wọ mọ́tò kiri gbogbo Èkó, anywhere he is. Sometimes he will go to Abuja, we will go and meet him, Abeokuta. Anywhere he's having program, at times in Ondo State. And that was how he kept treating me, and I could not just take myself out of it until the third time. And now, right there, I started reacting to the things that I took. I started bleeding. So he came.
Oh. You were now bleeding after the third abortion?
Bleeding, really bad. He came, and when he came, he started begging.
Frustrating again?
Yes. And Tiana now told me then that this man has treated you bad. Make sure that you collect a ransom from him and go your way. Do you know that after what this man did to me, I could not even collect anything from him? After begging me again, Motuba. So I knew that something was wrong. Look, this is not me. This cannot be me. I was even telling that Auntie Anna that me ole that I cannot leave him more. And it was not as if I was enjoying nothing in the relationship. I was not cared for. There was nothing, absolutely nothing. So it was not because at the time some people were saying stuff like Torimo Bawoni. I was enjoying the relationship, I was enjoying the sex, and I was like, I had so many plans I laid down for my life. This man obstructed the whole. Who was I there for? Why would I want to stay in that kind of? What about the assaults?
So somehow he entered for the fourth time again.
My parents knew about it because when I was bleeding, I had to rush to a nurse who happens to be a friend. Please, this is the situation of things. The lady tried to take care of me. She did a lot of things. I wasn't responding to treatment. One way or the other, my mom found out. My dad, everyone knew, and they were like, "This is out. This is brutality of the highest order." They had to take the matter.
They were angry.
They were angry. So there was a radio presenter we took the matter to.
What's his name?
Am I supposed to mention?
Yeah, mention for history's sake, or you want to keep it?
I don't think I should mention.
Why?
I have my reasons best known to me, which I'll tell you later. Okay. So I didn't mention the name. I can't mention the name of the radio presenter, but we went there and I told everything to the radio presenter, my mom too. We went there together and we explained everything. But while I was even in the hospital, I was even telling this man that please, even before I went to the hospital, I need money to cater for myself. You put me in this state. This guy did not answer me. In fact, he was just treating me like trash. This man is wicked though. This man is very, very, very wicked. So
Macaulay for long.
Yes, very wicked.
Where is he from?
I think it's from Abeokuta. So I didn't say anything. My mom, then it was when I now saw that Oroti Beyo, and I just needed to inform Genesis Israel Oladele, who is my prophet, because I am a chorister in his church and I am an active member of his choir.
Yes. Genesis Global.
Very active.
That is Israel Oladele.
Yes. So I sent him a message.
Since you met Macaulay and through him, and you used to come to his church to do miracles?
I didn't meet Macaulay through him.
Okay.
But I was in his church. It was in his church because Macaulay had seen me a few times in the church, even when I was singing, and I think that was why. I don't know how he got my details. I don't know how he went to search for me on Facebook before he sent me a request, but I knew because when I met him at the mall, I recall telling him that I'm a member of Genesis Global. I used to come to our church to minister. So I don't know, maybe that is when he had been on the lookout for me. I don't know, but Genesis was not aware of anything until I now told him that, excuse me, Sal, your friend raped me. I explained everything to him. I sent him a text message. I have a text message on my phone, and I told him that, sir, this is what this man did. I went on WhatsApp and I sent him a message as well. Genesis was, according to him, he was.
He didn't reply immediately.
He didn't reply immediately.
Why?
I don't know.
How many days did it take him to reply you?
Like 3 or 4 days after.
And you are a member of his choir?
Yes.
He didn't reply immediately?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. So it was when he didn't reply immediately that my parents were like, oh, really? That was why we now stood up and went to the radio station. We told everything to the radio presenter. After then, I think when Genesis was now going to reply.
Popular radio presenter?
Yes.
Okay.
So when he now replied, now she started consoling me and encouraging me. And while I was in the hospital there, he sent me 50,000 naira.
That's Israel Oladele himself.
He sent 50,000 naira to me and told me that he wanted to send more. And I told him that, sir, don't bother sending more money to me. That's what you have sent to me, sir. I have not even spent half of it at all. I still have the money there. I've not spent. In fact, what I've spent is nothing to what is still there. That I shouldn't bother. And he said, okay. The last day for me to get my final treatment in the hospital, Macaulay now called me. again.
Called you after trashing you all this while?
He called me. He started begging again.
Is it that the spirits always fall on him? Is it that?
I don't know. So his friend, one Mr. Tokpe, now called me. That was when I finally left the hospital. A day, I think the last day when I was going to be discharged finally.
Tokpe what?
Tokpe Ogedengbe, that's his name. Now called me and said he wants to see me. That he wants us to resolve the issue and everything.
Is that Tokpe close to Genesis too?
No, it's not close. Now begged me over the phone. And since Tokpe is somebody that I sort of know with him, sort of, and well, I just felt like, okay, let me yield
to his demand.
To his invitation, so I went. So on getting there, I was in the man's car. I saw Macaulay. Immediately I saw him, I became very furious. He went back. I don't know what he went to do. When he came out, and I set my eyes on this man again, trust me, the usual thing came upon me again. I became the normal me again. As a matter of fact, I was almost begging him. Again. As a matter of fact, he now later, okay, when I now finished talking to Ogedengbe, it was a particular hotel, a guest house. Actually, there's an eatery there. It was the eatery. So they booked a room. They booked a room and asked me to come in. And he now started saying that, that why would I do a thing like that? This and that. He said a lot of things. That I went to report him at the radio station and stuff. That I have to look for a way to withdraw the case and everything. At that time, I didn't know what to do. As a matter of fact, I was even crying. I was now feeling as if what I did was a minimotion. That was how I had always felt. That was how he always manipulates me to thinking that I was the one who did. And knowing fully well that, well, at that time, my mom and my dad did not even know that I went. They didn't know. Because they felt like after that incident, ever sink so when I now went to meet him, he now said I have to withdraw the case, which I actually said okay, no problem. So he looked for somebody who knew the radio presenter. They called the radio presenter and already told me that everything you went there to say was a lie. So when they called the radio presenter was not aware that I knew that they were coming to meet him. So they just told him that they had this matter because the radio presenter announced it on air that a popular man who comes to Genesis Global to minister has a case to answer. But they didn't mention his name. So that was the way the man announced it. So every Genesis member, they got a very bad. In fact, people started calling Genesis left, right, and center. So that was how he knew that I'd gone to radio presenter before they now summoned me and told me that I should lie, that everything I went to say at the radio station was lie. So the radio presenter called me and I told the radio presenter that irọ́ ni mo pa Macaulay for long show. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo wá sọ irọ́ ni pé àwọn èèyàn ló ṣì mí lọ́nà.
After manipulating you?
Yes.
After, oh my God.
So the man now told me that that I should go back to tell my parents. But after that time, that was when I knew that there was no going back. That it dawned on me that you've messed up. So at that time he told me that Otiloba radio presenter kò sí nǹkan tó lè sọ mọ́. In fact, I remember that even before I went to radio presenter, Osogbo ló ti control me wá. I was in Osogbo. That I should come. Even myself, I was afraid to pay her. Hey, what are we going to do? I was even running around to see how they will withdraw the case. But it wasn't a lie that impregnated me. I have a voice of him where he was begging me over the phone that I should, that I should please, that he's sorry. When I told him that, I was accusing him that, so you had a wife. That why did you have to impregnate me several times and you had a wife? You told me to pack my things out of my fiance's house. That I was devastated. And after the whole thing, that was how I just got hooked there. I could not tell my parents because I knew that if I told them, they would kill me. So only it was not telling them that I own you. He practically
that he owns you.
He told me that emi mo ni gbogbo ara from the body from head to toe that kò síbi tó ń lọ máa pàlè lé ẹ lórí gan. I don't know. Also, there was even a day I told him that what is palele elori, because I didn't understand. It was like ma worry, ma palele elori. I was like, so that was since then.
That means it's going to kill a concubine for you. That if you have a concubine, it's going to even kill your concubine. Ma palele elori. I
didn't even know that was.
You didn't. That's it. Is that the meaning?
That was what he meant.
That means that nobody can marry you again. I think that's the transition. That's the translation of Maakpa Lilelori, meaning that nobody can even marry you again. I'm the owner of your body and your soul.
So later he now said, Kima worry, Amaloba Baba Biara will invite your parents. I know your parents will never agree. They will talk to your parents. Your parents will agree. Your mom will agree and everything. That mass of Baba Biara that you be metal or fumio kinikon.
Baba Biara to you?
Baba Biara, I don't know. He used to say Baba Biara is a spiritual father. Baba Biara this and that. Any small thing he would have used Baba Biara to defend himself. So after the third time and everything, as of then, the person that took care of me then told me that conceiving for me was not going to be easy. And if I conceive, I should be thanking God. And if I conceive, I should not even try and say that I want to do anything about that pregnancy, that because from the things she has seen, that my womb was already very flexible, like light. You understand? So that was why I was crying over the recording that he has ruined my life and everything, that he has ruptured my womb. That was why I was crying over then. But as God will have it, I know God is a merciful God. One way or the other, I don't know. Even me, I'd even lost hope that I cannot take in anymore and everything. So after he had threatened me and told me that I've betrayed everyone in my family, there is no going back to them again. It's better I just stay put here. That so after I looked at the whole situation, that I withdrew the case, I betrayed every member of my family because of him. Every other person that stood for me, I stood against them because of him. There was no going back. Practically, I knew that was my death already.
Death warrant.
Yes, I already signed the death warrant for myself. It was after then. But all the while, in my mind, I knew that it was not as if he calls me on phone. Sometimes he would tell me that like he wants to sometimes
to validate something.
Yes. So most of the time I talk on the phone freely. He would have called me earlier to tell me that, and I would not even be shocked if he has a recorder on his phone to record all our conversations in order to prove to people that it was a consenting adult matter, that it was not as if. So he already had a defense mechanism for himself. That was after I had gone to the radio station.
Disabuse your.
Yes.
Yes.
So he had a defense mechanism for himself because he knew that maybe probably I might want to rise up against him again. So all our conversations ever since the day I left the hospital, I know that one way or the other he has been recording them, but I didn't, because I was just looking at him. I was helpless. I could not even I don't have access to his phone. Meanwhile, this man was still saying, he told me that because then he now told me that he had divorced that other lady.
Auntie Anna told you about?
Yes, that there's nothing between them again. So that day I went to his house to pick up 1 or 2 things. Daughter was at home. Precious Macaulay. She's in 100 level loud tech doing nothing right now. So the girl now told me, when I now got there, she was behaving somehow. And me, in my own simple nature, I now told her that, why are you? I shall explain some things to her. And that was when the girl now opened up to me that her father is still seeing the other lady. That as a matter of fact, weekends, that is where he stays. When I heard, I was disappointed. I wasn't surprised. I was just disappointed. And I knew that escape because I could not leave. So when he came back the following day, I now told him, I said, that I want to ask you a question. And I started listing it that number one, You have made me go through series of abortion. Number 2, I got job opportunities which you did not allow me to take. Number 3, you made me go against the will of my parents. Number 4, you also deceived me in many ways. I now told him, I said, can you just lose me and let me go?
Oh, you asked him that?
Yes. I said, because there's practically nothing you want to offer me. Why are you holding me down? You already have a wife. You are still seeing the woman. I now asked him that, will you deny to me that you are not seeing this woman anymore? This man lied. And while I was trying to tell him that, no, you are lying, that was how he gave me a heavy blow and a slap on my ears.
Blow, okay?
Yes, on my ears.
This part?
Yes, this part of my ears.
This side?
Yes. My ears still
Ache
badly. That's not the first time he's even beating me anyway.
He gave you a blow because you are asking fundamental questions.
Yes.
This place?
He was going to leave, and I told him that he was not going to leave.
The mic is still there.
I told him that he was not going to leave until he answers me, and that was when he hit me.
And you lost balance.
I lost balance. After hitting me, he beat me to stupor. His daughter was around. So while he was doing that, in a way to defend myself, there was a bottle on the table. I broke the bottle. That distracted him, so he didn't know what to do again. And after the whole beating and everything, do you believe that this man again, he went out. I don't know what he went to do. On getting back inside the house, he prostrated and begged me that he was sorry, and the same way the same thing happened again, and we started laughing and gisting again.
Oh my God. Again?
So
was it that he goes to recite something?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
So when he now went out, he told me that same day I still followed him to the barbing salon. No.
After beating you, hitting your
I went to have my bath. I wore another clothes. My ears were aching as of that time. It was later in the night.
This man, oh my God, is he an animal?
I don't know. My ear started bleeding. The night I had to tell his daughter to go and get me airdrop.
Sorry.
So my mom called me the following day and asked me what the problem was, what was going on. I couldn't tell her anything.
You are confused.
I remember yes, my brother, that I needed some money. So my brother sent me some money. So after I had left for Abeokuta that day, I now thought of the old thing. I said, will it not be better for me to die and outside where people will know that this is what has happened, rather than dying in his house in fear and people will not know what really happened? That was how I just packed my things and I ran away.
That very night?
Yes.
You left his house totally?
I left, no, not that night, the following day after I had traveled to Abeokuta.
Okay.
So I got to Lagos. I didn't even know where to go. So I called a friend. Her name is Tino. Tino was now the one who now said I should come, that she's around. I came with a big box. She was like, Auntie Nibolenlo, and that was when I narrated my story. It was Tino that now took me for spiritual help and counseling, where they prayed for me, where I fasted, where they did all sorts of things and deliverance just for me to get
a white garment church.
Yes.
Good. That's a very good church.
So, and in a way, I started getting back to
regaining your consciousness.
Getting my consciousness. So, not quite long. I think the third day of the fast and everything. That was how he sent me a picture of him having an accident. He had an accident. Immediately I saw the picture. And he sent a text that I just had a fatal accident. Tinu, we witnessed that. At that time I said, Tinu, well, I'm going. This man he had an accident not quite long. I'm going. That was when Tinu now drew me back and said, are you okay? Where are you going to? And stuff like that. That was when I now knew that again. I was like, what's up again? So I knew that was when I knew that our me already fear mojuto. She now went back to that mommy and said, "Oh, my, what's any problem? You call bye." So that was when those people now really more terror, more adura for me before everything now finally dissolved, and I now became fine.
It became normal.
It was then that I now started thinking about everything that
it took you on a very horrible, terrible, gullible ride of life.
Wow.
It messed your emotion, messed your spirit, messed your intellectualism, and messed your sight.
Everything. Everything.
Gbogbo ènìyàn tó máa parí ọdún ìrìn ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ yẹn tayọ orí ẹ̀ di ojú síbẹ̀ gbọ́wọ́ yẹn sókè dáadáa.
Lift your hands up very well.
Gbogbo ọwọ́ tó yọ orí lọ yìí.
This hand that surpasses your head.
Ó jẹ́ di ojú yẹn dáadáa.
Close your eyes very well.
Tí ibi bá lọ níwájú nínú ọdún yìí.
When God is moving forward in this year.
Ìwọ tí ọwọ́ ẹ yọ orí lọ yìí.
You that hand that surpasses your head.
Tó lè ṣàmì làkàtúntò sí àbá.
A great enemy that is so thunderous. In this year.
Ìwọ tí àmì ẹ̀ tóbi àbá.
You will thunderous amen.
Lórúkọ ní òde báyìí ẹ̀. Ẹ̀kọ́ méje sórí.
Put your two hands on your head.
Di ojú síbẹ̀.
And close your eyes still.
Tí ibi bá bọ̀ lẹ́yìn.
When evil is coming behind you.
Àtọ̀tún àti òsì.
Both left and right.
Ní 2020
In the
yìí.
year 2020 that we are in.
Ìwọ tó lè ṣàbílẹ̀ mi tó.
You can say amen 7 times.
Lórúkọ Jésù ni mo sọ.
I say in the name of Jesus.
Ibi ò ní jẹ́ tiẹ̀.
Amen. 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 Amen.
Bí ọwọ́ yẹn kúrò lórí.
It will down from your head.
Ìnà ọwọ́ yẹn sẹ́nìkan.
Straight down to somebody.
Tójú ẹni yẹn bá lè má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún.
If the eye of the person is so thick, don't put it big towards the person.
Tí ojú ẹ̀ bá ti fà ẹ̀ mọ́ra má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ fún.
If the eye is not familiar, don't say it at all.
Pariwo mọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Say it aloud.
Sọ pé ọdún ìmọ̀ àdùnkọ̀ ló tó kọjá lọ. Náwó sí ẹlòmíì.
Take your hand to someone else again.
Oh, bàbá mi ṣàwọ̀dà.
Don't toy with this.
Tí ohun ẹ bá ti ju tiẹ̀ lọ.
If your voice surpasses that person,
Ó parí nìyẹn.
that is final.
Pariwo mẹ́rin yẹn.
Shout upon the voice.
Sọ pé ọdún ìmọ̀ àdùnkọ̀ ló tó kọjá lọ. Wọ́n ẹnì kẹta tó ti bá sọ̀rọ̀.
The God person that not spoken to.
Jẹ́ kí ohun ẹ ju tiẹ̀.
Let your voice surpass the person's voice.
Pariwo mọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
Shout aloud.
Sọ pé ọdún ìmọ̀ àdùnkọ̀ ló tó kọjá lọ. Gbogbo yẹn náwó sí mi.
Everybody face and straight out to me.
Ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin dáwà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ mọ tẹ́ ẹ ṣe. Ẹ̀yin náwó ẹ̀ sí mi. Wọ́n bá sọ fún mi ní ìta wípé.
God told me outside that.
2020.
The year 2020.
Gbogbo ọkàn tó ń náwó sí mi.
Everyone that will stretch for their hands towards me.
Àṣeyọrí tẹ́lẹ̀ ní o ti ṣe. Nínú ọmọ bàbá rẹ̀. Nínú ọmọ ìyá rẹ̀. Láàrin ẹlẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ tó náwó sí mi. Tó lè ṣàmì lákàá. Ìwọ ni wọn kọ́kọ́ ṣàṣeyọrí.